Hi, welcome to another episode on the My Fragrance Journey channel. Well, the day has finally arrived. The hype beast is here, looking all sorts of extra. Lattafa Khamrah. I don't know what Khamrah means, but it smells sweet, divine, and glorious. So, this is essentially, if you look at the bottle design, aside from the packaging, the poor man's Angel Shape by Killian, even though Killian obviously has a much more smoother, rounded looking um, whiskey glass type of container bottle. This one is nice and square and blocky, but the design around the bottle, if Angel Share by Killian, this is it. So the hype is real, guys. The hype is real. After a year or so of waiting to get my hands on one of these, on a bottle of these, this has met my expectations. And if you cannot afford the real thing, it's not a one-to-one type of fragrance comparison. This sort of stands alone and becomes its own fragrance. The more you smell it, the more you experience it. There's a difference in notes here where it's not really angel share. It's got facets of it. It's got an element of it. It's inspired by, but Khamrah is Khamrah. So for example, the top note for angel share is cognac. Here, there's no cognac. Top notes listed here: cinnamon, nutmeg, and bergamot. So fresh up top with a little bit of a zing from the cinnamon. And then the middle is where it comes alive. The middle of this one, it's dates, praline, tuberose, Mahonial, whatever that is. I'm not familiar with that note. And then the base, Tonka bean, vanilla, Myrrh, Benzoin, and Amberwood are at the base of this. Compared to middle notes, the cinnamon comes in the middle notes here. In the angel share, the tonka bean as well, the oak, and then the praline, vanilla, sandalwood are also base notes. Um, Man, this is ever since I got it in. I just can't stop, putting it on. I think I've been wearing it every day ever since I got it in, so it's slowed me down in my tracks in terms of, looking at other fragrances that I'm currently testing. So from the house of Lattafa, released in 2022, Lattafa Khamrah, an Angel Share inspired fragrance. What can I say? It has met my expectation and it's blown me out of the water. And it's one of those fragrances, even though it's a blind buy, I did it confidently so because what I've read about it, what I've seen people say about it, has just been great things, even though people don't say it's a one-to-one, in terms of a poor man's angel share. But it's got its own vibe. It's sweet, the vanilla, the dates. There was a time when dates were a staple of my diet, when I lived in the Middle East. So yeah, I enjoy dates. You can pick it up, the praline, the sweet praline, the vanilla. It reminds me a little bit of Youth Le Parfum with the praline and vanilla vibe there. But like I say, it's got its own thing. Not very boozy compared to the Angel Share, obviously. It being a Middle Eastern fragrance, I doubt you'd have see an alcoholic note, explicitly listed there. But for what it's worth, performance here, very, very impressive. So far, it's lasting 10 hours plus. I put it on in the morning, around maybe I put it on in the morning around 8 o'clock, and around 6 o'clock in the evening I did my gym session, and it just started coming alive still. And I was like, whoa, that's like almost the 10 hours later. So it lasts a long time. Age groups that can wear this, it being a sweet scent, definitely people in their late teens, 20s, 30s, you can definitely do with this. When you hit your 40s, get yourself Angel Share, get yourself the real thing. But Khamrah definitely has a place as a standalone fragrance on its own. So pricing, obviously, it's a clone brand. Middle Eastern brands, they don't cost an arm and a leg. An easy $35, 650, between 500 to 650 rand, South African rands, is what you can get it for. Um, it usually sells out quite a lot in retailers. So when you can find it, order it in, get your hands on it. So don't waste time. So definitely, this is an absolute banger. I highly, highly recommend Lattafa Khamrah. If you love sweet scents and you love gourmand type of fragrances, this is for you. But a word of warning, it can get a bit cloying. If you're not careful with the trigger on this one, you can irritate people. But for all it's worth, this is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Opens up very well. No alcoholic perfumers spirit that comes across the alcoholic perfumers alcohol. I mean, that comes through in the opening. It just opens up, and you get the notes, you get the scent, and you just get happiness. So it's a fragrance that has definitely blown my socks off, and I highly, highly recommend it. So yeah, if you have the money, go out there, get it. It's inexpensive enough. You can buy even two bottles, have a backup. Why not? With that said, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you enjoy the content, if you'd like to recommend fragrances for me to have a look at. Yeah, but absolute, absolute banger from the house of Lattafa. Lattafa Khamrah, the hype beast. The hype is real.